Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video, we are going to start a new series called hook. So let's understand what is hook. So hook is a special kind of methods in React that started from 16.8 version of React. Remember that the hooks are special methods that introduced in React by 16.8 version of React. Why we introduce the hooks? Because in class component we have some extra functionality that is not available in functional component. Like class components are stateful, functional components are stateless. Class components have their own life cycle, but the functional component do not have a life cycle. And like this, other problems are also there in functional component. But 70-80% of user of JavaScript knows functions, does not use classes. That's why in 16.8 version of React introduced new features called hooks that provide the similar facilities that is available in class component in functional component also. So from those functionalities we are studying. The first functionality is called useState in this video. So just go to the VS Code. Here I just created one small component called useState hook, and here we are using this hook function. So first of all, I just create a constant and I create a destructuring of this, and I say count set count. Remember that this useState function return two value. First is the value which I initialize here, that is count. If I am giving a name count, if I give another name, I can give other name also, number, some digit or anything, but here in my program I am taking a count. And because it's the function that will modify the value of count, that's why we are taking it set count. You can have modify count, update count, whatever you want. So like this we have this state, useState variable and the function which will modify the value. Here what we do, we just try to use this. So here I say count. Remember I am displaying this value, and here I am going to create a button also, and in button I say click event, and that click event would be to modify the value. So I say increment like this, and after that I say BR because I want line break also, like this. Save this. Now here in expression I need to modify the value. So what I do, I say the arrow function here, and I just use set count because it's a function, and I pass here count plus 1. Save this. Done. Remember that this function will modify the value, so we are just giving count plus 1. This variable will display value. If you see here the output, we have 0. I click on increment, so it's incrementing the value. You see, that is the first example of useState. Now second example, if I say here that I want to increment 5, so I say on click equal to, remember I say increment 5. So here I just create a function or event handler function. I say increment 5 like this, and I say here increment 5 like this. I create a method also for this. I say const increment 5 equal to arrow function, and here I modify the value. I say set count plus 1, save this. I just copy this and I copy 4 times more, 3, 4, 4 and 5. Save this. Remember, now this button will increment 5 times. So this is increment for 1 time, just I refresh it. So increment 1 is working perfectly. 3. If I click on increment 5, you see it's 4, 5, 6. Means both the functions, both these button incrementing only one value. You see 7, 8, 9, 10. So increment 5 is not incrementing plus 5. You see, but I am using here 5 times this set count method, but it incrementing only once, because here as I am using this way, in this situation I am not using the previous value of count, but here remember that I am calling it 5 times, but it is not using the previous value. All the time previous value is the last value which we modify. If we have a 7, then it will be 8. So it is not considering the value plus 5, because we are not preserving the previous value here. So what is the way of React? If we have same kind of instructions to the React or interpreter will count these all instructions once only. We are giving here 5 times, but when the instructions is going to the React interpreter, that interpreter assuming that these all 5 statements are once and they execute it once. So it not counting a previous value, that's why it not incrementing plus 5, it incrementing only once. So what is the solution of this? So this is the second way to use this useState variable property. So what I do, I here give previous count. You can give any name. Remember, you can give any name because we have to use here the arrow function. So in arrow function I am using a previous value, then I am incrementing a previous value. So what I do, I just delete all these methods and I copy this and I paste it again 5 times, 4, 5, save this, and now you will see that it will increment 5 times. You see, just refresh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, you see plus 5, because I am using this time the previous value and I am incrementing the previous value one by one. So whenever I will call it number of time, it will take previous value and then increment 1. So this is the second way to use this useState variables to have a previous values. Now we may have another example to use a string value to the state variable. So for that I create new component here and I say useState string.sx. So here what I do, I just copy all the code because it's the same and I paste this here and I just modify the things which I required. So I do not require this, so I required name only, so I say name here. I require to change the name, I say set name here. I need to initialize this name, so I say Dr. Vipin Classes, like this. I just initialize the value. Then here you use a string state, so I have to use here use a string state also. So I say here import use state string, like this, from hooks use state string like this. Save this. So I remove this, I do not need this, and I change this to string. Save this, and just we modify this. So here we have a name, so I just display here name, and set name is there, so I remove this increment 5, no need this. I say set name, and here I provide new name which I want to change. So I say Dr. Vipin Classes, and here I just say change name. Save this and done. You see now it working for string also. So we have the Dr. Vipin Classes, I change name and convert to Dr. Vipin Classes. So like this way we may use string also. Now if I want to use object, how I can use object, that we see here. In place of this I give here object notation like this, and here I say, for example, f name is Dr. Vipin, and I say here l name is classes, remember that. And here now we have name, so I can convert it to full name, and I say full name. You can give any name, but here for just understanding this example. So this is an object, this is also object, so we have to access it with the help of object. So I say full name dot f name, remember, plus we have double quotes here for spacing, then plus I say full name dot l name, like this. I save this. So I may have the notation like this, that is more useful to understand. Full name, here also I say full name, remember that. Save this. So we have this object, and here we have a set full name, we have a full name. Now for changing a name, what I do, I use here set full name, remember, and because it's an object, so what I do, I just give object notation like this under the function like this. So I have this notation, then what I have, we have this. So we have object notation first, and here I say l name to, I change this l name to Classes, remember, and I save this. And here I need to remove this, save this. You see f name, last name, because it's an object, and we are modifying the value to Classes for the classes. So if I run this here, change name, you see that Dr. Vipin is undefined and Classes is changed. Why it is happening like this? You see, in class component we do not have such kind of problem. We have the problem in state variable which we are using here in functional component. So because it do not preserve the last value of this, it modifying this value, and this value is also lost, we do not have this value. If we want to see this situation, we can see like that. I say h1 and I say JSON dot stringify, and here I pass full name like this, and here I say expression, save this. So if you see, so we have the spelling mistake, stringify. Save this. So I refresh it. We have a Dr. Vipin Classes. We have both the value here. But if I click on change name, you see the F name is removed, only L name is preserved. You see, so that is the drawback in this user state. So how we can solve this problem? So we can solve this problem that here we have to use full name, comma, and we have to use spread operator. So all the value of this, first of all we have to pass, then we have to modify this. Means all the value those are available, we have to pass here, then we can modify the whatever we want. If you see this, now we have the right example or right output. I click on this, you see this value is preserved and we have changed the L name to Tevatia. Once again you see, if I click here, it is classes, I click here, convert to Tevatia, this value is also preserved. So by the use of this spread operator, we may pass this. If you don't know what is this spread operator, you can follow my JavaScript video also to understand this, and we just modify the value here with the help of this. Can we use array also for that? Yes, we may use array also, and we take array example also. So here again I create one more hook example. So I say use state array dot jsx, and I just copy this once again to reduce the size of the video, and I paste it, and in place of your object we may have here array, remember that. So I pass here array like this. So this is full name, and we may have here name, not full name, and we may have here set name also. So I save this. So we have an array here. Now how we can modify and display this value? So we see this in this example. So I just remove this information, and I say here add name, and here I just call method. I remove this and I pass event handling method that I will pass here. Here I remove this, I remove this also. So here I pass function that would be add name. So this function I will pass here, and here I will display name. So how I will display, because it would be array, remember it would be array. So I will use filter. So I say name dot, first of all I just paid this name dot map, and here in map I will have the value of this that would be of the value which we want to display, that would be a single name. I say name, and then I have this value, and here I say return, and I say li, I say key would be the name dot length, key would be the name dot I say this the names, and here I say names, and here I have a name. So I will take the length of names dot length here, then I will add the value that would be the name dot value. Now how we can add the name? For that what I use, I take input type equal to text like this, and here I have the value equal to, I will take one more state variable. I say const name set name. Here and I use useState. Here I just pass Dr. Vipin Classes as a default name, and here I will pass, or I can have blank this right now, and here I will use the name like this, and on change I will use, on change I say insert name. This I add here, or directly I can pass, or directly I can do, I use lemon arrow function like this, and you have an event here, and I just use here set name, and here I pass event dot target dot value, like that I pass here, and I close this input button here, I save this. Now I just call add name method. Here I say const add name, so that is the add name, add is small, a is small, and here I use again arrow function, and here I use set name, set names, and remember that in set names it's array, so I will use array notation, and I will use spread operator once again, and I will give here names, then I will give the object here because I want to add this, so I say id equal to, I say id equal to we may have names dot length like this, then I say value equal to the name which we want to insert, that would be the name, so I say that would be the name here. I save this. So this name I am adding here, and length I am inserting here, so one by one this value would be added and it will display here, and I think I did this, so I need to change in this, I need to import this, I say import use state array from, that would be hook, and we have use state array like this. I save this, I remove this, no need of this, and here I need array, save this, and you will see that we have this Dr. Vipin Classes. Try to insert it, we may have some error, so we take this error, and we have a problem in name, so I did some mistake, so I remove this bracket because it's a variable, state variable. Done this. Now go to this, refresh it, remove this. Now I need again Dr. Vipin Classes, add, you see one name is coming, I say Dr. Vipin Tevatia, I click, second name is coming, Dr. Vipin Kumar, I click, third name is coming. Similarly you can do more in your array. You see that we are using as a array the state variable, and like this we may use array also, we used as a object also, we use as a integer also, we use as a previous value also, we use as a string also. So like that way we may use these use state hook that used to preserve the state in functional component, like we have the state in class component. That's all in this video about use state hook. If you like this video, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.